What's up everyone, my name is Kyle Lemon. Welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be doing the famous iron farm. Now this farm is a little expensive, it's super worth it of course. It does require 3 villagers, so you might want to kidnap those guys or maybe start a villager breeder first before you do this. But anyway, here are the things that you'll need in survival to build this. So go ahead, pause your screen now, gather this stuff and come back when you're ready. And before we start building anything, go ahead, get your anvil and your name tag. Put your anvil there, get your name tag, and then just go ahead and name it like this. And take your anvil back. And you can put those back. Now that this is named, you'll be ready to put this on your zombie when the time comes. Okay, let's get started. So wherever you want to start this farm, build your temporary blocks 5 blocks up, and then we can go ahead and put a building block and a piston facing upwards at the very end of that. That's when we're going to go back behind that, place a temporary block, and then diagonal to the building block, put 3 more building blocks. Now another one diagonal to those building blocks, and then back around the same way, 2 more building blocks diagonally. Just like this. Then we can go ahead, break the temporary blocks, and put our redstone repeaters facing that way. Set them to 4 ticks each, and place 2 more facing the other way, again to 4 ticks each. And on the remaining 2 building blocks, place your redstone. And then we can place our final building blocks on the same level as the repeaters in these places, right next to the redstone and everything. And then once you place those, go ahead and put 6 more blocks above the repeaters like this. This is where the beds are going to go. So go ahead, place the beds now. You can place them whichever direction you want. It doesn't matter which direction they're facing, so long as they're right there. And once that's done, you're going to go around to the other side of the beds and put your composters there. These are just for the villager jobs. And you can put your trapdoors on top of that. And behind the composter, above the piston, put a temporary block. And on the back of those temporary blocks, we can put our last 3 trapdoors and close them up like this. Perfect. Then we'll come around to the sides of the temporary block and place 3 building blocks on each side, just like this. And we can break the temporary block in the middle. Now we can put our glass all around the sides, 3 blocks high. This is where our villagers are going to live, so we don't want them getting out. Of course, go ahead and place your glass here. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and go around to the side, put our trapdoors above the other trapdoors we placed on the same level as the last level of glass. And then if you're in survival, you can go ahead, build a staircase up and put your villagers in. And they should get their jobs right away. And then we can go over to the side here, to the corner, next to the building block and glass, put our chest and put a hopper above that chest. Then put 4 hoppers feeding into that hopper. And then we can go ahead and make a roof above the villagers out of your building blocks. And on the last line here, we can go ahead and break the block that's over the hole of the piston. This is where we're going to put our zombie. So if you're doing this in daytime, go ahead and build a little bit of a roof over it so the sun doesn't burn the zombie. I would recommend doing this at night if you're in survival, just to lead the zombie in here. Drop him down there, and then you can go ahead, get your name tag that we named earlier, and put it on your zombie so that he doesn't despawn. If you don't put the name tag on the zombie, he's going to despawn, and you're going to break the farm. So now that that is done, we can go ahead and fill that hole back in up at the top there, just like that, and break that little ceiling block. And then we'll come around, place our temporary block right here in the middle, and then we're going to place our walls around the edges. So put a wall on the outside, and then just bring the walls all around the rest of the edge of that. Then we can go ahead, go to the middle hopper, and we're going to put another wall right over the middle hopper and a wall on top of that. And then on the top wall, get your signs, and we're going to place them on each side of that top wall, like so. And then on top of those signs, we're going to put 4 more signs. Now this is where the lava is going to go, so once you put that there, put your lava there. And then we can go around to the opposite corners and put our water buckets here. Obviously, this is where the iron golems are going to spawn. So to start the farm up, take your redstone torch and put it right there in that open space right in front of the piston. This is going to obviously start the zombie going up and scaring the villagers, coming back down. And that's going to keep that from breaking. Then we can break our temporary blocks at the bottom. Go just below the chest that we placed earlier. As you can see, I'm kind of calculating where that is, and we're going to build up 8 glass blocks, our final 8 glass blocks. But we can go up there and open the chest. As you can see, that's perfectly fine opening. And go back down. Place your ladders on the glass as for easy access to get up to the chest. And once you're done with that, you're done with the entire farm. As you can see, it did start to spawn some iron golems. Here's one now. He's getting pushed into the lava, and he is burning. And once he goes, he's iron, and his red rose will be dropped into our hopper, and we'll be able to collect that forever. And there we are. I know it's not the simplest of farms, but trust me, if you take the time and really work through this and build it right, it'll last for such a long time, and you won't even have to worry about iron pretty much ever again unless you're using it to build maybe a beacon. In which case, go ahead and build another iron farm. Yay! Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. If you guys like this farm and want to see more, go ahead and follow me for future videos. And if you want to see any of the farms that I have built behind me here, go ahead and go on my Minecraft tutorials playlist. Should be up at the end of this video right here. Watch what you want from that playlist, and then go ahead and give me a follow. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.